ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So here we are on the Conway, and we are on Serene Coast. Now, on the Conway, they gave it a new gun. They gave you the option to keep the 120 or go with this Derpathon gun. Not sure what size, 139.7 millimeter. Average damage per shot is like 600. You get hash rounds with this. Average pen's 200, average damage 770. Um, don't let it fool you like it's the 183. Unless you hit something super lightly armored, you're only going to do 200 average damage. Doesn't do 183 damage because, for one, it's not 183 caliber. And when I first took the first shot I take was the first round I had with it with this new gun. You'll see I started kind of sweating bullets. I take a shot here in a minute. I'm thinking of the T-34 or something. And the way the round flew, I'm like, oh no, man, this is like a real derpy at, first. The AP round just doesn't have the velocity like the 120 did. Uh, and, I just compensated for it by just leading the targets a little more than I normally would, and it was fine. But it's definitely not a long-range sniper gun like the 120 is. The 120 you can definitely hit targets a lot easier. Unfortunately, you don't do, an average of 600 damage. It says it's an average of 400 damage per hit, but like you'll hear me say in the post-game stats, it seems like I always did in the mid-threes. Never really hit that high. And considering it's actually got the 120 has really got good penetration, I was a little shocked that I just never seemed like I hit, for the see how that just seemed like it was just kind of, it didn't sail like a KV2 round or anything, but it just didn't even hit close to where I was aiming. So I get a nice shot here on the T-34, and you can see it does kind of lob a little bit in the air. Ends up hitting the side of the turret on him, but we pinned him for 292. Oh, yeah, 292 because I shot a Hesh round at him. And you can see accuracy at long range really isn't that good. But that's what I'm saying about the Hesh round. So I hit the T-34 in the side of the turret with a Hesh round and did a whole 292 damage. Whereas if I would hit him with an AP round, I would have probably hit him for, like that one, 680 on the Lorraine 40T. Yeah, so if you use the Hesh rounds on these, make sure you're shooting at something that is like so lightly armored, like, the RHM Waffenträger. Oh, sorry guys, a big yawn. And I took a shot here, sails right over the bat chat. Yeah, long range with this, it's definitely not like the other gun, the 120. I could sit back here and snipe all day long. Close range to medium, it is superb, but long range, forget it. It's just hitting happening. After this match, I do lower the amount of Hesh rounds I carry because it's just like a HE round, but with a little bit better pen. So you'll do a little bit more damage. But it's not anything. Watch this shot. Boo, let's take his track off. Hit him right in the side, but let's just take his track off. I'm like, you freaking gotta be kidding me. That just pisses me off when that happens. I mean, you hit him like right square in the side, it just pops his track off. Panther 88 hit him for 554. Average damage on the standard round is 600. But you're better off using the standard round. Oh, excuse me. Using the standard round over the Hesh round on even like a Panther 88, T30. T30 whales me for 822, and I hit him for 575. Not a very fair trade there. But I was watching the mini map, and I knew to come back to our base and just babysit it. So that time, he didn't squeal out of there like he thought he was gonna again. You can see for the last 5 minutes I've been yelling for help. Now this 57 heavy, I was astonished that I actually pinned him there in the turret. Now I saw that Centurion 7-1, and they just upgraded the turrets on all those, and I'm thinking I'm gonna have a little bit of trouble going through his turret with an AP round. So I do pen him here, which I was really kind of surprised. Hit him for 643, but I could have swore I loaded a Hesh round just in case. Yep, I did. That was going to be my next round after this round because I just felt that that was a luck shot that it actually penned his turret, and I wanted to be able to at least hit him and do a couple hundred damage because, I was really, really shocked that that AP round went through his turret like that. And unfortunately, he's got a little bit of better gun depression than a couple of the other tanks that were over there, and health-wise, I was down to 388 hit points, and I think that thing hits for 390 average damage, so you got a decent roll. We do end up winning this match. I was kind of surprised we actually won this match, considering we've got 4 tanks left. They've got 3. But that the hell is that thing called? The Cannon 105, whatever the hell it is. That guy was hid back here in another zip code. And once he gets spotted, he gets pretty well decimated. But that and our we had a Super Conqueror. Conqueror's regular Conqueror here. I switch over to him in a minute. He played his cards right. The Conqueror now has that new spaced armor on the turret, and he goes up against I can't remember if it was full health or pretty close to full health, uh, Tiger, and he pretty well just decimates that guy. Too bad the E100 wasn't using the big gun there, because he would have fumbled that dude for 3/4 of his health. But you can see that AMX has no armor. So far, he's been hit twice, and he's pretty much dead. I mean, he's got a couple hundred hit points left. It only gets 1,000 hit points. I was gonna buy it. I can't get myself to spend the almost $50 for a mediocre tank destroyer. No, I've seen Des Gamers. He did a review on it, and he's like, just buy it. It's great, but it only has 1,000 hit points and it has no armor. The gun does, to what I understand, and I have like close to a little. I don't know 100%, but I think the gun has like a close to an 11-second load time. So, I mean, the only thing it's got going for it is the gun, and it sounds like it's got kind of a long load time. And I mean, literally, once you're spotted in the thing in 2, 3 shots, you're dead. Penetration-wise, it's got great pen. Um, but yeah, this Conqueror just chewed this Tiger up and spit him out. Tiger does get one shot on him, but he gets him finished off. You'll see me clicking up on the map here in a minute. I figured the T-92 was hauling butt up the one line right here, and sure enough, he gets spotted. He's around here somewhere, if I remember right. We'll go ahead and just kind of speed this up. And you'll see him get spotted here in a second by, I think the Conqueror spots him. Yep, there. You can see him. Figured he'd be up there running. And we'll just keep this sped up here real quick. Now the Conqueror here, he could have taken him out so easy a couple times here, and he just keeps, it's like he was afraid. I mean, the T-92 couldn't even get his gun down low enough to shoot him, and we ended up capping him out, and he ended up not killing him. But that T-92 has no gun depression, and that Conqueror could have easily just popped up and taken him out, but he was dinking around, and whatever floats his boat. But the T-92 ended up living, but we kept him out. So ended up doing 4,538 damage. Actually blocked a few rounds with this thing, and it has crappy armor. I think the frontal armor on the turret's only like 135, and the hull is 80 something or 70 something. It's a pitiful armor, but the gun is pretty. I like this gun a lot. Close to mid range gun. If you're more dead set for sniping, then you're gonna want the 120. It's just a lot more accurate, and the velocity on the shells are a lot better. But anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll be back with some post-game stats. Alrighty, so what do I think about the Conway with that new gun? I used to have the 120. I did like the 120 for the simple fact that reload was pretty fast. Average damage is 400, but it always seemed like I was hitting in the, I'd say mid to low threes, like 350, 370. On the higher end, maybe 380, 390, but I never really hit anything over 400. So with the new gun, average damage your standard round is 600, 260 pen, so you got a good pen. And you get the hash rounds with 200 pen. I know it doesn't sound like a lot difference between the hash you get on the 183s, but it's got to be the caliber difference because 200 penetration on anything that's got any sort of armor, you're not even going to come close to doing 770 average damage. You'll be doing 200, 150. Then you got your standard HE rounds at 70 pen, which you know what that is, 150, 200 if you're lucky. Anything lightly armored, even some bat chats and stuff like that, or your German tank destroyer, the Waffenträger, or Waffenträger. I'm thinking of the Waffenträger E100. What is that little shit? The RHM Boris Waffenträger. Yeah, the RHM Boris right here. This little guy right here. If you run into one of those, now if you hit one of those with the hash round, you will do full damage. I do like this new gun a lot. It's not really that bad of a reload, 12.43 for the amount of damage you do. Accuracy is actually not too bad at 0.36 for this gun either. Usually the derpy guns, you get real crappy dispersion. You're up around 3.8, 3.9 or higher. So 3.6 is not bad. Average damage is 28.97 with the crew setup I have on this. I've got, how many matches do I have in this? Lesbatega de Picada. Okay, so I got 34 matches. Average damage I'm doing is 23.27. That was with the other gun. With the new one, I'm thinking it's going to go up. So anyways, in this match, it was a Master Badge Class 2. I set somebody on fire, so I got an Arsonist, Fire for Effect Bruiser, and a high caliber. Hit the 57 heavy, put one right through his turret for 672. Centurion 7-1, put one through, I believe actually I put two through his turret. One was AP round, one was one of the Hesh squash head Hesh rounds. So I did 1194 damage on him. Bounced one of his rounds, which I was astonished because the armor on this is only 132 on the hull, or turret on the front, and 76 on the hull. So he must have hit me right in the worst place you can hit this thing, right on that square. I don't know. It's got to be spaced armor on the bottom, obviously. You can see a space there. Otherwise, up here, it's probably, well, yeah, still considered spaced armor. So he had to have hit me right there. That's the only place on the front of this anywhere you will bounce around. It is right there. So unlucky him. Hit the T30 for 575, and he schmucked me a good one. RU-251, I hit him twice. One time I hit him, all I did is knock this damn track off. I'm little shitting fast tanks, I tell you. Seems like every damn time I shoot one of those, I get a critical hit, knock his track off, or they'll keep rolling like I didn't even do nothing to it. But, so we got a hit for 531, finished him off, and destroyed his track, and then knocked out his driver. T-34, now at range, one of the shots I did hit him. Another one of the shots I took a pretty long range at him. Didn't even seem like it came close, but we did 292. Oh, right there. That was one of the Hesh rounds. So that's your difference. Now, if I would have hit him with a 183 or the 4005, the Shipmarn, with the same round, but with 230 pen, it would have probably decimated him. Probably would have one-shot him. I hit him for 292. and knocked out his loader. Lorraine 40T hit him once, knocked him out for 720, and knocked out his engine. And Panther 88 hit him once for 554. Talk about a low roll considering what was the average damage on this? Is it 650, 680? Oh, 600. So no, that wasn't that bad of a shot then. And bounced two of his rounds. I'll have to really pay attention on the replay. Oh, excuse me, late past my Betty by time. I know that the Panther 88's gun kind of is subpar. Uh, penetration isn't the best in the world. So we did 4,538 damage, got 2 kills, and our base experience on that was 927. And then got the high caliber. We had 12 shots, 9 hit, 8 pen. 4538 damage from a distance of 300 meters or more, 1012. Got hit 5 times, 2 pen, 3 actually bounced, but obviously the Panther 88, tier 8 premium. I don't know if he was shooting standard or premium, probably. I imagine standard. Most people, when they play a premium tank, shoot standard trying to make money. But I bounced 2 of his and 1 from, what was it, the 57 Heavy? Oh, Centurion 7-1. So our damage block by armor was 870. Damage 7, destroyed 2. Made 53,186 credits. And after all was said and done, we walked away with 6,534. So not too shabby. I did shoot 1 or 2 of the hash rounds. I don't think I'm going to carry a whole lot of that. I don't think I do actually. Because I know what... Oh, I actually got 10 of them. Well, we'll change that right now. I'm going to treat that as if it's like a low penetrating HE round. Because it just doesn't do shit for damage. I mean, it is nice, like, just for instance, the Centurion 7-1, when all I could get, I was lucky with the first shot that I put through with an AP round. I was really kind of shocked that one went through his turret, because they just buffed those turrets too. But it's nice to have those Hesh rounds for somebody that's side scraping, or all you can get shots are on their turret, let's say like an IS-7 or something, or 7-1 for instance. You're not going to do 600-700 damage. You might only do 200, 150, 300, whatever, but you're still doing damage versus just bouncing all day long. So it's nice to be able to, still penetrate and do a little bit of damage, even though you're not doing 700. So I think 5 of those is probably good. Most of the time, you don't really run across too many people that are hauled down in an IS-7, just due to the fact that it doesn't have the best gun depression, so it's not like they can get down in a haul down position and actually get shots off. But yeah, the new gun is actually pretty nice. I think, yeah, I already sold the other one. The other one's a little bit longer. It looks about the same, but it's just a little bit longer. Damage per minute on that one is a little bit better. The reload on that was about 9.5 seconds. But again, your average damage was 400, I believe it was, per shot. Penetration was about the same. And you also got Hesh rounds with that too, and it still kind of sucked. I wish when you get a Hesh round for a lower caliber gun, they gave it the extra pen like the old 183 did. Because the old 183, when that came out, the Hesh rounds had, don't quote me, I think it was 260, 280. So it was a pretty high. It wasn't 300. It was under 300, but it was pretty high. And you would just about every time fully penetrate in one shot. I mean, I could one shot an IS-7. I did. I one shot IS-7s in it. And they figured, well, that's a little overpowered, so they lower the penetration so you don't penetrate all the way so it doesn't do full damage. And on these guns, like this, the Charioteer, most of your tanks like that, your British tanks, they get that Hesh round, but they're all about the same. They get really kind of mediocre. Yeah, 210 penetration on that one. The Conqueror gets some 120. Super Conqueror and the Conqueror both are the same. Yeah, 120. 210 on the 7.1. Action X, does that get hash? Yeah, I think they all do. 105 for the hash round on that. So I think what they should do are for the lower caliber guns. I don't think this one's hash, is it? No, this is just standard HE. And the 4202, I believe, is standard HE also. Yeah. I think what they ought to do is on your lower caliber guns, the 105s and 120s, that don't have a shell that it's shooting across the field that's as big as a tank, give it better penetration on the HESH rounds, so it actually will do uh, a substantial more amount of damage, because it's known when you shoot somebody with a HESH round that you do a lot of damage. But with these lower caliber guns, 120s, 105s, your HESH rounds just don't have enough oomph behind them, and you do pitiful amounts of damage. You know, I've hit stuff for about 100, averaging. I was averaging like 100 damage one time in a match when my charioteer. Something was side scraping. I can't remember what it was. But I would shoot them and it would still do damage, but I was only doing like 100, 130 damage per hit. But again, it was better than just bouncing. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. You guys take it easy, be safe, and I'll see you on the battlefield.